only in small
I think Scott left.
pursue his position at the county.
That's funny.
Okay, Scott, Mark, Patrick Hesse, Megan Bryson, Natalie Sanders, Will Haugen, and Josh Polk.
Yep.
I guess I just thought since he went to St. Helens High School that he was still here. Guess people move, don't they?
Yes. Okay. Call this meeting to order. Council regular session, 7 p.m. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, open it up for visitor comments. Please state your name for the record.
Good evening. I'm Andrew Nemi and representing the Greater St. Helens Park and Recreation District this evening. And on behalf of the board, I just wanted to bring up or ask a question regarding the letter that we received. Apparently, the city realized that an error had been made and the Greater St. Helens Park and Rec District hasn't been charged for water for apparently ever. And so we were just wondering if there was something specific that had changed or if this was just a random realization that an error had been made for however many decades.
We just reevaluated and looked at all of our properties. Did you want to speak to that?
Yeah, at the last council meeting, I pulled an accounts because I've been consistently going through utility billing accounts, and I found a list of about 39 properties that were not technically being billed. On that property list were a bunch of city-owned properties. There were also a bunch of currently in construction properties, which is okay because they go back on to being billed. The other properties that were on there was the pool facility and the senior facility, and then a joint maintenance facility that is shared between us and the county. So at the last council meeting, we had a discussion. I told them that I would eventually bring this list back so we can discuss what the process should be and if you want to continue not billing these people or if they should be billed. The council decision at the time, and feel free to elaborate if you want, but the consensus that I got was that since the pool was a taxing district, that they were receiving revenue from citizens, that they should be able to pay their utility bills just like any other business or customer.
Okay, so you do believe that it was a result of an ongoing error rather than
whether it was
intentional
to not bill or not, I don't know, because that's from two finance directors ago. So
my guess being just historically, years ago when water was just super cheap and whatnot, we just kind of gave our water away to public entities and nonprofits and stuff like that. So just one of the things where, now things are different.
Sure.
The economy's different. So
okay,
that's where we're at.
And I think the main discussion was that, like Matt had said, was, if I recall, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but was that being a district, you're not serving all of just St. Helens citizens too, and it's not fair to our citizens that have to pay a high water bill. That we don't give water to the fire department, we don't give water to the school district.
School district, yeah.
I mean, we charge everybody, and they're all districts as well.
okay.
So if that makes sense to you,
I understand that.
there's
Yeah.
an $11 filtration system that we put in years ago, right? And I think that was the topic of the conversation.
No, that's understandable. Yeah, just, the letter mentioned that if we had questions, we should come to the council meeting. Since you guys had discussed it, thought we'd ask about that. It's, obviously, if it's an error, a pretty large one, $27,000 a year for however many years, so. Yeah. Okay, all right, thank you.
Yep.
So yeah, we wanted to give you opportunity to come and, if you can't run without it or something, to talk to us about it or just whatever issues you had with it, whatnot. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll discuss it further at our next board meeting and, yeah, likely come back with some additional questions or discussion points.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Okay, any other visitor comments? Okay, deliberation zone map amendment and comprehensive plan amendment at southeast corner of McBride and Matson Street intersection.
Sorry, you do have a recommendation in the report. I don't sense any challenge from the applicant on that. So if you are so inclined, the motion should be easy.
Yes.
So I move that we accept the planning commission and staff's recommendation.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to amend the zone map amendment and comprehensive plan amendment at southeast corner of McBride Street and Matson Street intersection. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none? I'm getting ready to gavel that. Okay. Approve and authorize for signature. A, extension of contract with HASA Inc. for sodium hydrochloride for wastewater treatment facility. And then B, satisfaction of mortgage for CAT loan payoff at 197 North 5th Street, McBride. And D, contract payments.
Move we approve and authorize for signatures items A, B, and D as read.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve A, B, and D. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Okay, appointments to city boards and commissions. Do we have any?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to nominate Brian Verwick to the Budget Committee.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to nominate Brian Werwick
Yeah.
to the budget committee. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any other?
We have another. Were there two budget committee members? Or one? Opening.
I'm still working.
Okay.
Yeah.
Extension.
Okay, consent agenda for acceptance. A, Arts and Cultural Commission minutes dated November 28th, 2017. B, Planning Commission minutes dated January 9th, 2018.
Move we accept consent agenda A, and B.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve consent agenda A and B. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, consent agenda for approval. A, animal facility license. B, OLCC license. C, exclusive use permit, girls softball, St. Helens, JV softball, Campbell Park. And D, accounts payable bill list.
Move we approve consent agenda for approval and A through D as read.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve consent agenda 9A through D. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that passed. I don't have much to report. That drive safely. For those of you that are out of town, Jacob, Matt, we're supposed to get another round of weather tonight. Looking forward to spring. Jeff Merkley showed up last night, and I stayed that in the work session. But there may be somebody watching differently tonight, and I hosted a town hall meeting, and I got to tell you, he's just really a down-to-earth person, and it was a small group that showed up, but they braved the weather, and it was a nice, intimate meeting, which answered a lot of questions. We covered many different topics, so it was a good meeting. That's all I got to report. Councilor Locke.
Nothing tonight.
Okay. Councilor Carlson.
I have two things. One, I just wanted to thank Jacob again for all of his hard work and making plannings and hearings and stuff understandable for people like me that know little about ordinances and codes. So thank you so much for that.
I'm glad it's understandable
Yeah, thank you so much for that.
and not too boring.
And I don't remember who all gave money to the middle school, but they sent a thank you back for me. I kind of passed the hat, and people put in money to give. We filled socks for all the kids on the backpack program.
Nice.
There was 44 kids, local businesses. St. Helens Auto Center bought $25 gift cards from Walmart for all of those kids. The movie theater put in gift cards. The bowling alley put in gift cards. Dutch Brothers put in gift cards. I mean, like 10 different businesses put in big gift cards. Plus, all gifts were bought for those kids. Plus, was bought for the teachers. We collected $80, $90 here from council that night. Mr. Jenke said when the kids got their stockings, they were like socks. So they'd actually be socks the kids would wear. They were full of treats and full of these gift cards. And he said the kids were screaming getting on the bus. They were so excited.
Nice.
Because these are 13-year-old kids that now I can go to the movies, I can go to bowling, I can go play video games, and they got all of this.
Did they
I mean,
get
there
a pair of socks or one?
It was pairs of socks. So there was like a pair of socks plus, and it was tied, and it was all full of candy and treats, and all these gift cards from local businesses in one way or the other, whether a business bought the cards or the business gave the cards. But it was over $100 worth of gift cards in each one of those stockings. They got tons of treats.
Wow.
The teachers got folders and pens and all that stuff, and they felt appreciated. And I just put the word out there, and Doug and John, Rick, people gave me money, and I sent it to them, and they were able to take a part in filling that wish. But this is just speaking to what Rick has talked about, Doug's talked about, Susan's talked about his partnership with the school, showing our community that we care. It just, little things make a big difference. But all those kids were so excited. They were not expecting it. In case people don't know what backpack is, these are kids that their families are on food stamps. They're on free lunch program. This is a supplemental program to make sure kids eat over the weekend. There's kids in our district that the only hot meal they get all day is the school lunch. So they go home with a little tote bag of food on Fridays. Well, the Friday before Christmas break, they had a surprise in their bag. So it's just a little card that I brought to share with the group. That's all I have.
Thanks. Councilor Khan?
I don't have anything to add to this afternoon.
Okay. Jacob, you got anything to report? How's it going up there in your office? We hardly ever get a chance to see.
The kitchen's hot.
Up all those.
So what I mean by that is there's a lot of development activity. There's
Good.
residential activity, there's commercial activity, there's industrial activity. We went several years without any county referrals, and what that is when the county has a development activity within the urban growth boundary, we're involved in that. Last year we had 8 of them. After several years was 0, and we have Jenny has a pre-app tomorrow for one. There's 2 more on March 1st. It's just
Nice.
kitchen's hot.
Yes.
Yay.
And Jenny's doing awesome up there. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
Jenny is an immense help.
Good.
I don't know if I would maintain my sanity because in 2014 it was that was tough.
Yes.
Yeah, she's an immense help, and then also the TGM grant continues to progress. We have our next meeting scheduled for sometime in early March.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
Thanks. Terry? Okay. Sue? No? Matt? No? Kathy? No? John?
I just might add that if you haven't had a chance to go over and see the Museum of Peculiar Oddities, it's open Saturdays and Sundays, 11 to 4.
It's pretty cool in there. I went
It's
up and
pretty
looked
neat,
at it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll do nothing but continue to grow and be a draw for downtown to get people to come downtown.
It's like all of a sudden you step into just a little different world. So, pretty cool. Yep.
That's it.
That's it. Okay. We're adjourned.